Pixonic, a Russian game developer, designed and released War Robots, a mobile app game, in 2014. It was initially only available on iOS. The following year, it was made available on Android as well. The game is a third-person shooter that includes a multiplayer online battle arena MOBA mode as well as live PvP fighting. On a real battlefield, players command Battletech-style robots. They have the tone of playing alone or in groups with other players. In 2020, Pixonic developed a cross-platform matchmaking system by merging the player bases from Google Play, Apple Game Center, and Amazon Game Circle. This network currently incorporates all game elements. No tutorials or pop-ups will force you to click here or there. When you first start the game, you can do anything from browse the menus and check out the menus to get right into a battle. So you start War Robots, and what you do next is entirely up to you. The only call to action you'll ever see is the orange glow around the button that will start your first match. Although the name War Robots is somewhat generic, it accurately represents the game. Every match is a battle of robots. Unless the game is a free-for-all, two teams compete until one team runs out of robots. Another gameplay reason War Robots works well on mobile is its slowness. Everything seems to move slowly at first. While some robots can eventually jog, most move one ponderous step at a time. So you could say that this game is more about planning ahead of time than it is about quick reactions. Some machines can jump over obstacles, but only for a short distance. But it also has a favorable side effect, assisting with controls and even lags. The near-perfect controls aid in getting around the gameplay quickly. You can move the robot, for example, by touching the virtual analog stick on the left side of the display. By tapping the virtual analog stick on the right side of the display, you can freely rotate the perspective. Then there are the attack actions, which are controlled by a few icons in the lower right corner of the user interface. The distinctions between the robots we can deploy, which are divided into 4 classes, give War Robots a highly immediate gaming experience. Despite their sluggishness, these machines cannot dodge enemy fire unless they seek cover, use dips, or employ additional tactics such as hopping, which are only available in the lighter robots. As a result, the early games are essentially a walk in the park. Expect to face opponents who are even less skilled than you or whose major purpose is to make the game simple and not too rough. However, once you've upgraded all of your machines and unlocked at least 3, the situation changes and the complexity skyrockets. Up until recently, the game offered no visual changes whatsoever. But then, after lots of complaining from the players, Pixonic finally released HD graphics and an option to play at 60 FPS last year. So, you could say that thanks to that update, the game is now elevated to a new, modern era implementing enhanced lighting, intricate textures, and FX. Thanks to the latest improvements, players can now select the graphic level that best suits their preferences and devices. If your device does not support 60 frames per second, you can still play at 30 FPS. A special minimum mode is also available for gamers with less powered devices. One of the most problematic topics surrounding the title is Pixonic's War Robot freemium model, which appears to be quite permissive at first and appears to freely distribute virtual and real credits. Still, at some point, particularly when it is essential to accommodate for the growth of more mechs, that alters quite drastically. At that point, the rewards become more limited, winning matches becomes more difficult, and pop-ups asking us to buy this or that package become more relentless. Of course, watching short promotional trailers to double the rewards at the end of each game is always conceivable, but playing for free while remaining competitive is unlikely. Review summary: despite the fact that it has been a long time since its release on iOS and Android devices, War Robots has a certain allure. The remaster of the original release has allowed the game to restart sufficiently to reclaim its place in the spotlight, luring many players who had previously abandoned the game owing to gameplay inevitably oriented to pay-to-win mechanics. Unfortunately, this feature does not appear to have changed significantly. As a result, the game remains fascinating for the occasional enjoyment, but not in the long run, as it emphasizes the same old constraints. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube Nepal's Buzz page, and also like and share my video. Have a good day.